एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्तिः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ महागणपतये नमः। ॐ ऐंकार ह्रींकार रहस्ययुक्त श्रींकार गुणार्थ महाविभूत्या ओंकार मर्म प्रतिपादिनेभ्यां नमो नमः। श्री गुरु पादुकाभ्याम्। उग्रं वीर्यं महाविष्णुं ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं नृसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्युं नमाम्यहम्। ओम वीं लक्ष्मी नरसिंहाभ्यां नमः। ओम ऐं ह्रीं श्रीं ओम विद्यानां च मनूनां अनुसंख्यानां च विद्यानाम् उपदेष्टा जयतीतरां श्री नरसिंहानंदनाथ गुरुः श्री बासुरानंदनाथ गुरुः। सदाशिवसमारंभां शंकराचार्य मध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्य पर्यन्तां वंदे गुरुपरंपराम्। Invoking the grace of the Guru Mahatmas in the Guru Mandala, let us continue our study of Sri Vidya Upasana and Vedanta Tattvas. This has two ideas. This class has two ideas of developing the Upasaka with a great understanding of Vedanta, which is the core idea of Samayachara Sri Vidya Sampradaya. With Vedanta understanding, it's called Advaita Tattva. Without having a right understanding, whatever we do, it will not flourish. With that idea, we are introducing this course for a very first time online. So far, for the past 20 years, I was teaching one-to-one personal coaching, 10 days continuous tapas like that. And for a very first time, considering the situation, the global situation, we are now towards inculcating the priceless, matchless secrets online. When it comes to you, it is sure that it comes to you because of your Purva Punya. Because of your Prarabdham, Punya Phalam. The Guru comes to you and he teaches the priceless, matchless tattvas, philosophies for life. Everything is in mind only. In fact, the secret of the universe, the Jagat, cannot be understood by the physical body, cannot be understood by the Indriyas, but it manifests. Brahman manifests in everything. Brahman manifests as the physical body, as the Sukshma Sharira, as the Karana Sharira. Everything is Brahman. But the secret is the true Brahman can be realized only through manas and buddhi. That too in upalabdhi sthana, buddhi sthana. Buddhi and mind are there in Agnya Chakra. Buddhi and mind are controlled by the Agnya Chakra. How can we say Buddhi and Manas when we have the inner instrument Antahkarana as four? Manas, Buddhi, Chitta, Ahankara. We say only two. Manas, Buddhi, Chitta, Ahankara are the inner instruments. And the properties of Manas, Buddhi are the Chitta and Ahankara. The property of I take a break. Manas, Buddhi, Chitta, Ahankara are the four inner instruments, out of which Manas and Buddhi are the basis. And Chit and Ahankara are the reflections of Manas and Buddhi. Manas is the one which oscillates always and which is a great hindrance for Buddhi also. It will never allow Buddhi to function properly. That is why this tapas, that is why this meditation, this upasana, this upadesha, everything happens. The Guru is delivering the concepts. And for the Shishya, there may be a prarabdha to reach the Guru. There may be a prarabdha to listen the Guru. But there may not be a prarabdha to understand the facts. That part is taken care by Manas. manas has to be taken care first. You know, people used to compare mind with vanaraha, monkey, because of its restlessness. We need a great tapas only to control mind. Shamaha. I am talking only about the sadhana chatushtaya sampattihi, in which shamadamadi shatka sampattihi comes. Out of that, shama is the first thing. Then comes dhamma, which supplies the information to mind. Mind has a frequency. It can vibrate positively or negatively to the self, and it may vibrate negatively to the self as well as positively, negatively for others also. So this mind has to be taken care in tapas. What to do? How to control the mind? And in that, the vasanas play. The interest, the likes, the dislikes, all are what? Emotions. These emotions are taken care by mind. How do we get these emotions? A person develops bhakti. How can we develop bhakti bhava? In a house, nobody has bhakti. Not Nastika people. They will worship only for Deepavali or Pongal. They will make the house shaucham, especially for the function, and they will celebrate. They don't take much interest in devotion, upasana, sadhana, etc. In that family, one person takes birth with such prarabdha to become a bhakta, to become a sadhaka. It is coming only because of the samskara, what he has in the past birth. Not only births, past births. He gains this knowledge through past births. This interest through the vasana of the past births. No, I should do upasana. I should do advanced upasana. What is there in bhakti, the first level bhakti, in which I pray for my selfish reasons? So something more than that is there in bhakti. So the reference point of worship turns. Previously, the reference point was the self, the jiva. And now the reference point has turned as Devi. Devi is the central point. The bhakti comes around Devi, should come around Devi. But what happens in the initial level of bhakti? The bhakta is helpless. Okay, that is okay. Because he is now using or turning his mind towards Ishvara. So bhakti is appreciated. What kind of bhakti it is, that is secondary. At the first instant, bhakti is appreciated. Then there comes again mind. He prays for a reason. My daughter should get married. Daughter gets married. He's very happy. And he offers whatever the offering he bargained with Devi. He offers everything because the prarthana has become true. Later on, he gets a problem. He comes across a problem. Even after lot of prayers, lot of offerings, and advance payments, Devi never turns towards him. Slowly, this bhakta's mind begins to doubt. I doubt whether this Devi is there or not. Because she is not answering my prayers. This Devi Upasana is told like a golden treasure, but nothing happens to me. Slowly, disbelief begins. This is also because of Purva Vasana. I have seen people, after some tragedies in the family, they have discarded the photos, vigrahas of Devi, Yantra, Mahameru, everything. The previous class I told a person received a great treasure after installing a Sri Yantra by a Guru. I have come across such persons also in my 30 years of sadhana. And also I have come across such people who discard the Mahameru, the Vigraha, the picture of Devi, because Devi didn't answer his prayers, or some unexpected tragedy happened in the family, or some money is lost. Hereinafter, I will not worship Devi. That is the decision now. Who makes this? Manaha, the mind. Now, mind relates with Ahankara and takes a decision. Some people worshipped for their son. My son should go abroad, get a job. All pujas are in the name of son. They were devoted to Devi like anything. One fine morning, the son left India to overseas job. He offered a great offering. What to say? My prarthana has come true. Then what should be the next prayer? My son should get married. And this is not a matrimonial serial in which the umpire will say, you will get as you like, tall, very sincere, very obedient to mother-in-law, fair in color. You will get a girl like that. It may be a blessing, and it will come true also if it is in time, told in a proper time or with a good heart. It also can come. But life is not like that. It is challenging. Every moment it is challenging. This boy got married with a foreigner. His mother got angry. Angry towards whom? Angry towards Devi. I will not go to temple hereinafter. I will not meet Swamiji hereinafter. I hate Devi. I hate Swamiji. We have come across so many experiences, good and bad. What to say? True. When things are coming properly, you are thinking that Devi is answering. When your prarabdha operates, we are not ready to accept. So, certain karmas which are in madhyama karma level, it will get neutralized by the punya pala, what we do as Devi worship or yantra puja. But if it is the strong karma, even after doing so many tapas, it will not work. We will meet with failures and tragedies. This one should understand. Nobody will tell this. No guru will give you this idea. This is very practical. Even you would have seen so many people. ரொம்ப நல்லவர்ப்பா அவருக்கா இப்படி நடந்துடுது. Used to say. ரொம்ப அக்கிரமக்காரன். Fraud he is flourishing. Is there God or not? Will God punish him or what? People used to say. அவ்வியான் ஆக்கமும் செவ்வியான் கேடும் வையத்துள் நினைக்கப்படும். திருக்குறள். அவ்விய நெஞ்சத்தான் ஆக்கமும். The black-minded person is growing like anything. Not a good person, but he is flourishing. He has no values, no dharma, no truth. He is flourishing. At the same time, a dharmavan, a satyavan, a truthful fellow suffers for no reasons. Why? Thiruvalluvar is asking. செவ்வியான் கேடும் நினைக்கப்படும். வையத்துள் நினைக்கப்படும். How we should understand this? A good person suffers, a bad person flourishes. How to understand this? That is why in Sanatana Dharma we have karma theory. Based on karma theory, this karmic program may unfold in this birth or in next birth. We cannot assure. This bad person is happy. Why? He has a lot of purva punya in the past birth. That is why he is happy. This good person is suffering. Why? His papa palas are unfolding now. We cannot reduce papa or punya. We cannot reduce. We have to experience only. But Devi Upasana increases the punya pala. When the punya pala increases, this papa pala seems to be neutralized or nullified or reduced. Seems to be. So that you will be elevated to knowledge. Knowledge will liberate you. Understand? This knowledge is liberation. For that only I am telling all these stories. So everything is in mind. That is the core idea of the introductory talk. Take care of your mind. Don't go behind your mind. Mind will say this and that. Because it is uncertain. And it is operated by the Purva Karma also. There is no learning for mind. It is emotional, that's all. You can be emotional or you can make others emotional. But everything is in buddhi. It is called buddhi yoga. You have to train your buddhi through two things. Vairagyena, abhyasena. You should develop vairagya. Vairagyena, abhyasena. Practice and dispassion. Practice, practice, practice. Every day you should practice. Abhyasa. And develop Vairagya. I am not expecting a miracle to happen, but I want liberation. Jivite muktihi, jnanam I want. My prarabdha may give good and bad to me. I never bother about it. And every day, if I say, if you chant Om Shreem Kamalavasinni Namaha, money will come. And our friend who listens to this goes to his native place and sits and chants every day 1008 times Om Shreem Kamalavasinni Namaha. Then he opens the box to see whether money has come or not. Close the box. Om Shreem Kamala. Swamiji told Om Shreem Kamalavasini. Om Shreem Kamala. How it will come? That is not the Vidya. When you are running behind money, money will not come. When you are duty consciousness, money will come. So our concentration should be towards the duty and not on the result. So concentrate on the action. What action now? Chanting. Chanting the mantra, listening the shastra, practicing, developing Vairagya. This should be the attitude of a Sri Vidya Upasaka. We used to say, once you declare yourself as Sri Vidya Upasaka, you have to follow certain rules and regulations, you know. You should be a pure vegetarian. You should not eat non-vegetarian, and you should not supposed to offer non-vegetarian to others. Totally pure vegetarianism is essential. You are not supposed to eat sugar cane, direct sugar cane. Sugar can be taken. Some people may ask, what is this? Sugar comes from sugar cane only. Can I take sugar or what? Yes, you can take, but sugar cane, direct sugar cane or juice of sugar cane, you are not supposed to drink or eat. As soon as you enter into Sri Vidya Upasana, lot of obstacles will come. Shreyamsi Bahuvignani. When you are going to take up a drastic step for knowledge, lot of obstacle will come. How to come out of this obstacle? From where this comes? From your own prarabdha. For this, you have to do two things. That procedure I am teaching you now. I said about Agnya Chakra, the mantra for balancing your mind and buddhi is Om Sham Om Ksham Om. 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 If this is very difficult for you, you can divide this mantra into two. Om Sham Om. Om Sham Om. Om Ksham Om. Om Ksham Om. Om Ksham Om. First mantra is SHAM, Shankara Shah, Om Sham Om. Second Ksham is Aksharam, Ksha, Samskrita Ksha, Om Ksham Om. Aksharam, Pariksha, Daksha, Om, Sham, Om, Om, Ksham, Om. This is very essential as a first step. People will have mood swings. Sometimes they may do 1008 chanting. Some days they will get bored. What is this? Why to chant? What we will get? Swamiji said you will not get nothing. You will get nothing. I didn't say that. All your ambitions will be fulfilled. That's what my teaching. But if you are running behind it, it won't get purified. It won't get fulfilled. Reason is you have to concentrate aim. You have to concentrate aim in order to get Shreem. If you directly concentrate Shreem, when Shreem comes, aim will not be there with you. So it is good to chant Aim, Hreem, Shreem. Based on this only it is designed. The whole Sri Vidya is designed. Shri is wealth. When Shri herself is with you, what else you want? Now, I will share the screen for today's lesson in view of time, and we will discuss more. And I will also type. This is today's lesson. Lesson 3, today's lesson, Asana Puja. The puja for your seat. You have an asana to sit and do puja. That should be purified with this procedure. Because asana is very, very important in meditation. In Dhyana Yoga, 6th chapter, Bhagavan speaks about asanas. Bhagavan gives importance to asanas. So this asana puja is very important, and now we are seeing everyday preliminary steps. Step by step we will learn. Visualize a triangle or draw a triangle over the palaka or the wooden plank on which you have to draw this with rice flour. Don't use stone powders. Use rice flour, wet or dry. Draw this triangle, inverted triangle, and this should face towards you. And this part should be towards you, this part should be towards Devi. You are sitting in front of a picture or Mahameru or an altar, this flat portion should be facing the altar, and this should be facing you. You are going to sit in the middle. After drawing this triangle, inverted triangle, and the circle, you chant Om Aim Hreem Shreem Yogasana Namaha in this part, and chant in this part Om Aim Hreem Shreem Virasana Namaha in this part, and in this part Om Aim Hreem Shreem Sharasana Namaha, and at the center Om Aim Hreem Shreem Adara Shakti Kamalasana Namaha at the center. The mantras are also in English. Transliteration is available. Om Aim Hrim Shrim Yogasanaya Namaha 1. I have shown 1 here. Aim Hrim Shrim Virasanaya Namaha 2. 3. Om Aim Hrim Shrim Sharasana Namaha 4. In the middle. Om Aim Hrim Shrim Adhara Shakti Kamalasana Namaha. This is Asana Puja. Get over. You are purifying the asana, invoking the asana shaktis in and around the asana to sit for a long time, to connect with the Muladhara chakra. This will help a lot. Yogasana, Virasana, Sharasana, Adhara Shakti, Kamalasana. And take a little sacred water in your right palm and consecrate it by repeating Om Sau Om. Om Sau Om. Om. Take little water in your folded palm, and Om Sau Om, Om Sau Om. You do the japa and sprinkle the water over the seat. This seat can be a darbhasana or a wooden plank or a pure cloth, like that you can use. You know that very well. And if you have any asana, better if you are beginning upasana for the first, beginning this upasana for the first time, better you can change the asana and buy or create new asana. Even grass mat will do, and this procedure can be easily done on wooden plank. Now after this procedure, you are sitting on that. Right? I repeat the procedures. Om Aim Hrim Shrim Yogasanaya Namaha. Om Aim Hrim Shrim Virasana Namaha. Om Aim Hrim Shrim Sharasana Namaha. Om Aim Hrim Shrim Adhara Shakti Kamalasana Namaha. Asana Puja. 3 sides of the triangle are invoked with Asana Shaktis, and the middle is invoked by Adhara Shakti, Kamalasana Shakti. Kamalasana is lotus, and you are going to sit here. This can be the plank, and over the plank, you are drawing an inverted triangle. For that also, I told the procedure. This flat portion should be towards Devi, and this is towards you. And you are sitting over this in the middle. After doing this avahanam, now you are chanting Om Sau Om 12 times and sprinkle the water over the yantra. What we have drawn, no? Yantra. Over that yantra, you sprinkle the sacred water and sit over that and sit towards the deity or Mahameru or Sri Yantra. Up to this one procedure, the second procedure follows. And chant the following mantra and offer flowers on the earth, Bhumi. Because this should be a long process. This should not end up in a short time. Most of the people cannot sit in normal Sukhasana on floor. Those people can have chair, and also the same thing can be done. And now you are praying the Bhumi Mata. Om Aim Hrim Shrim Rakta Dvadasha Shakti Yuktaya Dvipanataya Namaha. Dvipanata. Dvipam is the place where you are sitting is called Dvipam. Dvipam means an island. It means that 4 sides are surrounded by infinite water, and you are in the Dvipam now. Dvipam means, I repeat, island. Island. That island you are sitting. Rakta Dvadasa Shakti Yuktaya Dvipanata. Dvipanataha is Ishvara. Dvipanataya Namaha. And take some flowers, put sacred water over it, and put those flowers on the earth and touch the earth and pray 3 times. Touch the earth and pray. After sitting in the asana. This demo videos will come shortly, and we will introduce these videos also as a procedure. Ratta Dvadasha Shakti Yuktaya Vipanataya Namaha. Then there comes the Digbandhana Pata. Digbandhana is a procedure. Now you have to protect in and around area of yourself. In and around areas of yourself. This procedure is called Digbandhanam. Again, now you are drawing an upward triangle imaginarily and visualize that you are sitting here. Now I am in front of you. Hreem, Shreem, Aim, Hreem, Shreem, Aim, Hreem. It will end up here on you. Shreem. This covers the 4 sides. We did Kavacha Dhyana for the physical and subtle body. This is for the place where you are sitting. Bandhana means the lock. I jokingly used to say, whenever you sit for the puja, some important call will come, or calling bell will ring, or some sounds will come inside the house. Go attend, mind will say. To protect all these disturbances, the area should be protected. So this is Digbandhanam. With the Triakshari Digbandhanam. Previously, we did an inverted triangle like this. Now this triangle is overlapping. Now this triangle is overlapping. So what will be the result? 6-pointed triangle. Now Aim, Hreem, Shreem, Aim, Hreem, Shreem, Aim, Hreem, Shreem. Aim, Hreem, Shreem. Aim, Hreem, Shreem, Aim, Hreem, Shreem, Aim, Hreem, Shreem. Shreem will end up on you. And you are now on the 6-pointed triangle. Very beautiful energy will flow. You can feel the energy in and around you. Aham Devi Mayam. In Sanskritam, this Mayat Pratyaya is there. The Mayat Pratyaya, Devi Mayam, no? Shiva Mayam, Devi Mayam, is for abundance. Prachuryarte in Sanskrit. Abundance. Maya means abundance of energy flow. Shakti Mayam. Sarvam Shakti Mayam. Aham Shakti Rupam. Aham Devi Rupam. So imagine how much energy, positive energy you are creating. Like this. And directions also I have mentioned. And if you have any doubt, you can write to me. And I will guide you with the demo videos shortly. We are happy to say with the help of some good heart people like you, we are able to organize the required equipments, instruments for our studio. The studio is getting ready, and some technical portions are yet to be, procedures are yet to be completed. Very soon you will see high-end technology based classroom. So this classroom will be a high-tech classroom. Very soon I can draw and show you on the visual board. So my work will also become easier because of the advancement of technology. Okay, let us revise today's lesson. It's time to close. Today's lesson is Asana Puja. Asana Puja means we are going to the altar just to sit on the plank or the seat what you have. But this procedure helps us to concentrate more and to do the prarthana without hindrances and to connect with the Bhumandala, the earth and the cosmos, and with the core knowledge. So you draw a triangle with the powder of flour or wet or dry on the plank, a wooden plank, and create this mandala. And this round is meant for you to sit. So before sitting, pray this part of the yantra, the flat part which is towards the Devi. Om Aim Hrim Shrim Yogasanaye Namaha. Om Aim Hrim Shrim Virasanaye Namaha. Om Aim Hrim Shrim Sharasanaye Namaha. And in the middle, Om Aim Hrim Shrim Adara Shakti Kamalasanaye Namaha. You can throw flowers also. And after that, take some sacred water from the Panchapatra in your inner palm and consecrate that drop of water with Om Sa Om, Om Sa Om. Now sprinkle the water over the seat asana. And sit towards the Mahameru or the yantra and now do the Dvipanatha Puja. Who is Dvipanatha? The Ishvara who is in the form of Vastu Purusha. Om Aim Hrim Shrim Rakta Dvadasha Shakti Yuktaya Dvipanataya Namaha. With this, the first procedure is over. The second part of this lesson is to do Bandhana, Dik Bandhana, Ashtadik Bandhana with Aim Hrim Shrim, Aim Hrim Shrim, Aim Hrim Shrim mantra, as shown in the figure. Now you are throwing flowers around you and creating the Digbandhana Mandala, and you are now sitting in the upward triangle. So previously we did an inward triangle, now upward triangle, both are overlapping, and the real Kamalasana is created and you are sitting on the Kamalasana now. Now you can feel the flow of energy within you. Why lot of obstacles are coming? Why we are not able to complete the puja or the upasana? Because we don't follow certain procedures. If you go step by step, definitely I am sure this will take you to higher knowledge and higher life also. So we have taken the human birth. Let us see the divinity within us. The divinity is within. Ullam Perum Koyil Unudambu Alayam. The physical body itself is the temple. You have your own temple. Atma is the Devi. This is the concept. So your physical body itself is a temple. Atma is the real Jyoti which resides within you. Atma is the Shivalinga. Atma is the Mahameru. Atma is the Sri Chakra. This note, let us complete today's lesson. This will be posted just now in the group. Make use of it and give some time to study the lessons. Now we are advancing. Now we have crossed, I think, today's class is 11th session or something, and now we are in the third lesson. Yes, as per the admin, this is 13th invite, 13th session. So time is running. Every day we are advancing. Make use of these lessons. And this is the prasada. So give much importance to it. Take printouts, read them, contemplate on these concepts and work on it. and start the Upasana step by step. Now, don't worry about the serious Upasana now. Now, your job is to chant Om Aim Hrim Shrim Om in the Agnya Chakra. Pujya Swamiji has told one story, and that was the important story told by Pujya Swamiji. And that story was told again by Swami Paramarthananda Ji, who is a great Mahatma in our Parampara and our teacher also. And I would like to share that story today with you. Yamadharma Raja will send the Duta to take the life of everyone. You would have seen so many people yesterday, they were there, today they are not there. Corona Kala. We have to worship Corona also as Corona Devi Namaha, Shri Corona Devi Namaha. Okay. This story goes like this. So, to complete his duty, Yamadharmaraja will send his dutas to take the life of persons who are retiring from the Jivatvam. Like that, a great sculpture was there. His end time came. The sculptor is very smart person and very talented person also. If he creates an image or idol, we cannot differentiate from the person and the idol, because it will be tatrupam, so that it will be very equal, very much equal to the original. We cannot differentiate which is original, which is duplicate. So he is such a great sculptor. He made 9 sculptures as like as him. You cannot differentiate. As if he is sitting, you will think. Like that, he created 9 sculptures with real dresses, real appearances, everything. He created 9 sculptures. And as the 10th position, in the 10th position, this real person sat down, because it is the time when dutas are coming. So he thought that dutas will get fooled. They could not identify who is the right soul we have to take. So they will get deceived and they will go back without taking the soul, so that I can live long. This was the idea of the sculpture, and he completed 9 statues, and as the 10th statue, he was sitting. The real person was sitting. Time came, Yamadharmaraja ordered, then the dutas came to his house and they were searching. They could not understand which is the real person, because everything looks alike. All are looking alike. He could not find. So the dutas go back. Dutas go back to Yamadharmaraja and report. They report, Swami, we cannot identify the sculpture because 10 sculptures are there. Who is the real Stapati? We cannot understand. Okay, it is a great duty. I myself will come and attend. Raja is coming in now. Yamadharma Raja is Vidyacharya, Brahma Vidyacharya, because he taught great knowledge of Brahmajnana to Nachiketa. So, Brahmajnana was taught by Yamadharma Raja to Nachiketa, so he is called as Brahma Vidyacharya. So he came down to the earth and he went and saw, yes, there are 10 idols. We cannot differentiate what is what. So finally, Dharmaraja did a trick. He said, no, I don't believe these sculptures are not made by a human being, a man. This might be a product of a celestial being. Some devatas have done this, not done by any Nara. Not done by any Naraha. This was the voice of Yamadharmaraja. This fellow is listening that, sitting idle and listening that. 2 times. 3rd time also Dharmaraja said the same thing. This fellow got wild. Hey, who are you? I only did everything. Ahankara came out. I only did this. Okay, come with me. He took the life of the person and went. So Ahankara is the beginning, Ahankara is the end. That is the story told by Pujya Swami. So what we have to do? Control the mind, take care of the mind, purify the mind. For purifying the Manas Buddhi Chitta Ahankara, what I should do? Om Aim Hrim Shrim. Om. This is the complete Shastra. When you are purifying your Chiddam, Chitta Shuddhi is happening, then you will be getting the knowledge without any obstacle. Aham Brahmasmi. धन्यवादः. ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरिः ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरिः ओम. धन्यवादः. ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः.